doing, but I strongly believe that you do not. First quote, "We raise the flags and we'll fire the cannons," said Jameis Winston in this week's Bucs hype video. Let's take a look.
Here's what I know. I know about the grind, about laying the groundwork. I know about one more rep, one more rep, and one more after that. I know where this team is going. So you raise the flag, and we'll fire the cannons.
Oh, yeah, they shoot the cannons when they score.
Does this signify to you, Bo, that the Bucs are once again all in with Jameis?
I don't know how far you had to have your head up Ryan Fitzpatrick's keister to not understand that this had already been settled, that there was no mystery behind this. Dirk Cutter, after Jameis came back, said, hey, Jameis is going to be here a lot longer than I am. This decision been made. This was the quarterback that they were going to ride out with. That's why it was so amazing and bizarre that people were really on this Ryan Fitzpatrick hot hand thing. No, man, like it or not, this is the quarterback they decided they're going to ride out with.
I don't want to relitigate Ryan Fitzmagic right now. I will simply point out that he set, records for how many 500-yard games.
Wow, it's almost like I've heard that
all
before.
That stuff, right? Okay. But with this, and I want to separate Jameis the QB for a second from Jameis the dude who just came back from the suspension. I do think it's interesting that the Bucs are doing this because it's above what is necessary in terms of promotion. You could also play this a little bit quietly in deference to the fact that he had this plea deal struck with the NFL. Yes, he did serve his time. All of that is true, but it does make me a little weirded out by the fact that they're going all in immediately off of a suspension like that.
Well, the part that should weird you out is that nobody cares about that. Right? Like, in the end, like this, here's the thing. He is their quarterback, right? He is their guy. Like, I'm sure the Steelers have done things over time that feature Ben Roethlisberger. Like, the decision has been made on that. Like it or not, people have decided to move on. Media has largely decided to move on. Everybody surrounding it has decided to move on. So, look, if he's going to be your quarterback, then you make videos of quarterbacks doing stuff like throwing the ball into a net. Like, in the end, this isn't that hard to push in that way. This isn't, like, super-duper over the top. But, yes, he's their quarterback, and they're acting like it.
Yeah, and my question then, to go back to him as a quarterback, is he going to be that good if you're going to put all that money behind him?
What is all that money you're talking about? It was a video of him throwing in the
No, I mean, the re-signing after the year.
Yeah, because it ain't, who else are they going to get? Like, what is the alternative? I really don't remember who won those. So remember those first few Super Bowls that he won. Said a much less annoying human, Patrick Mahomes, about Tom Brady. A few days ago, Brady implied he wasn't too impressed with Mahomes because transitioning to the NFL is so much easier now. Pablo, do you think Mahomes is trying to throw a little shade at the old man with this?
I think there is a little shade there, but it's also just the authentic viewpoint of a dude who wasn't alive during the OJ trial. I am still trying to calculate, like, what is this guy really aware of? What does he remember in terms of common reference points? I do think he is a guy who just doesn't really know failure in the NFL yet, let alone, the career arc of Tom Brady in full.
He's 23 years old. By my math, that means he was 5 years old in all likelihood when that Super Bowl came around, right? Or is it 6? Right, 2001 season was 17 years ago. Okay, 6 years old during that year. I believe that he doesn't really remember that Super Bowl. The problem is, media guys show up and they get a story like this. The one thing you want to get is, well, did you grow up watching Tom Brady? And of course, in some measure, he certainly did, but ain't but so far back you could reasonably expect him to go. So maybe it was shade at the old man. It really might have just been, I don't know what to tell you, dog.
But it is interesting. Since 2001, the Patriots at home, 23-0 against quarterbacks who are this young, 25 or under. So he's work cut out for him. Last quote. We're all pulling for and supporting him, and we'll see where it goes, said Broncos CEO Joe Ellis about Vance Joseph, the team's head coach. Bo, if you were Vance Joseph, how would you feel hearing your boss say that?
I mean, like, you still have a job, right? Like let's not forget this. Last year, the question was he in over his head? Because John Elway seemed to be blown away in the interview that he had with him, and there were lots of people asking the question as to whether or not this job was just too much for him, and those questions seemed to be fair. This year started a lot like last year. Get a couple wins early, and then things start going downhill, and you get your annual Derek Wolfe, I don't know what the hell is going on here interview. So, yeah, no, I mean, his job is on the line this year. He has to demonstrate to them that he is ready to be a head coach. They seem to think he's talented. They seem to think good things about him. We just don't know if they think he's a head coach.
Yeah, he was 5-11 last year. His job was on the line, and right now, I think if you're Vance Joseph, in the back of your mind, you're also thinking to yourself about your boss. My boss is one of the greatest quarterbacks ever, and said greatest quarterback ever has not been able to find a quarterback who is any good. I mean, that's the weird thing about your boss being John Elway. The dude is the Michael Jordan of scouting people who theoretically could do what he can do, which is to say that he's terrible at it, right? Paxton Lynch, Brock Osweiler, all of these guys now culminating in Case Keenum. I don't know if Vance Joseph can do much if that's the hand he's dealt.
Right, but there's more to it than just the fact that their record is not good. It is a wholehearted question about how he handles everything, and there aren't a lot of people left that defend him.
Yeah. Golden Corral's Beef Lovers Banquet. It's our all-new bacon wrapped sirloin filet, smoked beef brisket, portobello top sirloin, and golden delicious shrimp. The Beef Lovers Banquet. Golden Corral, your choice. Rule.
Some job boards give you tons of the wrong resume.